I was a girl with dreams so...
Okay, good morning, y'all. Welcome to another vlog. Today is... I need to be prepared with the date before I start the vlog because I can't ever remember. But today is Saturday, April 18th. And as you all can see, I'm in the car. I am at an event. I told y'all in the last vlog, I was hoping today I could go to the Galleria, do some shopping, because I really want to revamp my wardrobe a little bit and work on some things with my wardrobe. Well, as it turns out, I'm not able to do that because duty calls. I be wondering, do duty take a day off? Duty, do you ever take a day off? I'm inquiring minds want to know. I know motherhood don't take a day off. She knock every day, okay, all day. But duty don't take a day off either. So I'm here as president of my mom's organization. We are exhibiting at a health expo today, a maternal health expo today. It was a little bit of confusion, and I don't know, maybe I overthink things, I don't know, but I was not sure if we were exhibiting or not because I really did try to follow up. I didn't try, I followed up and I asked the question and was checking to see if we would be exhibiting, and I didn't hear anything. I wasn't sure, so I didn't think we were doing this today, but I got an email yesterday, and so apparently we're on the list. So here we are. We are going to exhibit today. I've got the stuff in the car, poster, tablecloth, all that good stuff. So I'm here at the venue. I dropped Duke off. Well, he was really going to be with me, but he wanted to stay with my mom. I had to pick up an easel from her for this event, so he wanted to stay, which was fine. So he's with my mom today, and I'll get him a little bit later. So I'm solo dolo right now. I'm about to head inside the venue and set our table up to exhibit. And then we'll go from there. We will, they say it's gonna rain today, so we'll see. We really need to go to the store as per usual. But other than that, I don't have anything else to do outside of this exhibiting today. So I have had a week that has tried me in almost every way, but I'm still standing and I'm still here. So I'll tell y'all about that a little bit later. But right now I'm gonna do something with this hair. Got my brush. We're gonna get this hair together. Actually, I could kind of do that while I'm talking to y'all, hoping. I wrapped it, and I was just trying to get some of my curl back by pin curling it. Because she kind of did it. I asked for looser curls, and I love it. You know, she always does my hair really well. But I had, when I wrapped it, I got it done on Thursday, and I hadn't combed it. I wrapped it and left it up all day yesterday in my cap. So I just combed it. I just took it down off the cap this morning, and I was like, well, kind of want some of the curls back. So girl, that brush be helping the swoop. That brush be doing that swoop. That's that brush. I mean, my stylist, she get me right with the swoop. But what helped kick the swoop, you got to brush the swoop in and welcome her on in. Cruella, she look a little hidden today. She still be poking out though. See them grays. But anyway, y'all, so I kind of pin curled it this morning. I put a few pin curls in it. Just trying to get a little curl back. I don't have no earrings on. I mean, I just be trying to get out the door. Get me and my little one out the door so I could get here and exhibit. And I just kind of finger comb. I left my comb at home anyway, but a lot of times I just kind of use my fingers anyway to kind of comb it through. The brush, for me, the brush is key. I can kind of do without a comb. I mean, I comb a little bit, but I need a comb. I won't say I can do without a comb, but I finger comb a lot. All right, y'all, let's get in here. I'll show y'all a little bit of the exhibit throughout the day. I hate I don't have no earrings on, but anyway, it is what it is. And we'll pick up in just a bit. Yeah, hair comb. I put on my little MAC lip color today. I really got to get some help for under these eyes and get this face together. But this is it. This is me, raw. This what it's called? Fallon Unfiltered. Unfiltered. Okay, this is me unfiltered. Here we go. Today is Sunday, April the 19th. And yeah, the last time I left y'all, I was arriving at the events for my mom's organization. We were exhibiting at a health expo, maternal health community expo. So I was combing my hair with y'all. That was the last time. When I left, I got just a little bit of footage of like our table and set up at the expo. You know, I was kind of tired yesterday, so my energy, I felt kind of low energy and kind of drained when I first arrived at the event. So I don't know, I just didn't get a whole lot of footage. When the expo was over, it was a little rainy, and then all of a sudden it just started pouring down rain. So I got to HEB, so I was gonna try to get my grocery store. Y'all know I don't like to go on Sundays. And it was raining so bad that I just couldn't even get out the car. And I was like, okay, when I'm done in the store, I have to get out with the umbrella, try to get the groceries to the car. I was like, you know what, it's too much. And I didn't feel like driving to the stores that have the garage parking. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to pick my hard. So my hard that I chose is going to the store on Sunday, which is where we're on the way to right now. Rather than driving further, because I also want to get popsicles, get like cold stuff, and it's further away, so I don't want it melting. So I was like, you know what, forget it. So I just went back home and got a little bit of rest. And then my mom brought Duke home, and so we just kind of had a restful evening, restful night. But the exhibition went really well yesterday. I think we made some connections for our chapter, and in terms of some potential partnerships in the future. And we also maybe met some potential new members, new moms to be a part of our group. So it was really great. I'm really glad we got a chance to do it. You know, I realized that I have not vlogged when we do like a moms only event. I normally seem to be vlogging when we're doing stuff with our kids, but not moms only. So once a month we do like moms only type thing. And like we'll go to brunch, or I think in March we went to Black Heritage Day at the rodeo. And today is actually our mom's only event, going to Jazzy Sundays in the park. I think it's in Bayou. I can never remember the name of this park. Bayou. It's got the word Bayou in it. Park here in Houston. But anyway, I don't think I'm going to make it today, just because it's been quite a week. And I still need to do things to prepare for this next week. So I need to kind of reset. I need to kind of catch up a little bit, because I had a really crazy week, and I'll tell y'all about my week a little bit later. But it's just been a lot going on, and I haven't felt the best this week myself. I probably need to see a GI doctor. I just kind of have some issues, and just haven't really felt well. I pushed through and felt okay, but kind of fatigued and crampy, and it's just, I've just been dealing with a lot. So, but I feel better. I felt better yesterday. Started feeling better yesterday. I was still kind of tired yesterday, but I felt better. Feel even better today. We stream church, Duke and I this morning. We had a slower morning. Just kind of took our time. Duke slept in. We allowed him to sleep and just rest. The long week definitely had a lot to do with him. So he's had a tough week. Poor baby. I've had a tough week by proxy, being the mother of the poor baby. So kind of slept in and just took it slow today, stream church, and now we're on our way to the store to get the groceries so we can go back home and cook and do laundry and all that kind of stuff. But it was nice to just kind of slow down a little bit. And so yeah, that's kind of what's going on. That's the update for where we're picking up with things right now. And so I'll get up with you guys in a little while, and we'll talk and let y'all know, fill y'all in on the rest of the story at that point. But right now it's HEB. Okay, y'all, we are back from the grocery store. I wanted to real quick just show y'all the outfit way back. I think that was in November when I went to the beauty supply to get the socks to match my Morehouse hoodie. I put my Morehouse hoodie on today because it got a little cool. in the city of Houston overnight with the rain. So I have a hoodie on today, and these are the socks that we got at the beauty supply that day. The burgundy and the black. I have black on. It's kind of hard to see because my leggings are black, but I never showed y'all the look that I was going for, but this was the look to match the sweatshirt that I was talking about. And I put on the Dunk Lows today. I wore them yesterday, and Duke was like, Mama, he brought me my shoes, like, put these on. I was like, oh, okay, son, you're right. Sometimes I forget I have the Dunk Lows because they be in the closet, but since I wore them yesterday, they were out. And he was like, put your shoes on. I was gonna wear a white tennis shoe to kind of balance out the white in the hoodie, but I like the Dunk Lows. That was a great call, dude. Yeah. Mama's little GQ gentleman in the making. Yeah, that's why you do. You're gonna be sharp and fresh. Mama call you a Duke. Okay, Duke. All right, y'all. We'll talk to y'all in a few minutes. All right, y'all. Hey, y'all. It is still Sunday, April 19th. You know, I think about the date, April 19th. And it's later in the evening. It's probably like 9 o'clock. I guess the last time we left y'all, we were at HEB, leaving HEB. Maybe we just got in the HEB, but I don't quite remember. Forgive me. But we are back, obviously. We've been back home for a while now, but we just been chilling. You know, I had quite a week that I said I was going to share with you guys about. I am ashamed to say that my child has not even been bathed. So I'm trying to get him bathed and in the bed right now. He it's like he has to poop at the inopportune time when it's time for him to eat dinner so we can keep things moving. So it puts us behind our schedule as if we're not already. Let me be clear. No, we already behind, and then it puts us further behind. So I need to bathe him. And I thought that while I wait on him to finish eating his dessert, I will talk to y'all while I pin curl my hair so I can bathe him. And then I was hoping tonight I would get to use my facial steamer. I've never used this before. I bought it like back in December around Christmas time, and I've never used it. What's this, April? Like it's April 19th. I never used the thing yet. So hopefully tonight we can wind down with a little facial steamer while I do my, I'm kind of scared to do a mask because I use these little pads, Paula's Choice. Now I must say, Paula, she operating in her gift with this. I think it normally comes like in a bottle. I didn't know what I was doing, okay, on Amazon. I didn't know what I was buying. I didn't realize, probably I should have, I'm sure it said it. These are some, like it's a pre-moistened pad with the Paula's Choice 2% BHA exfoliating pads, salicylic acid. So like they already have it on there, but this is the bottle, what it looks like. So next time I'll be purchasing a bottle of it. I got the pads. I don't even think I meant to do that. But yeah, I'm so hot right now. I don't know if it's Perry. I don't know if I'm having a hot flash, but I've been so hot the past, I don't know, like the last 10 or 15 minutes, I've just been hot. But anyway, I use this like once a week because it's really, really good, but it does, like it burns certain portions of my face. And between this and the Tret, like I'm peeling, like my skin will just start like peeling. So I don't use this but once a week, but my skin does have like a glow and it's much brighter after I use this. And I do feel like even those dark spots on this side of my face, like they look better. They're still there, but they do look better to me. And I credit this with that in a very short amount of time. I mean, relative to the time, you know, when you look at the blog, you know, probably from a week ago, 2 weeks ago, like Easter even, they were darker than this. So I feel like it's getting better. Maybe I'm tripping. I feel like it make me blotchy. Certain things make me blotchy though, but we blotchy. Me and my sibling, well, I know me and my brother. I don't know my twin, but my brother blotchy. At least when I was growing up, he was blotchy. I'm blotchy now. As I've gotten older, I'm blotchy. So anyway, so I think it's in my DNA, not the products that make me blotchy. But I used this Friday night, I think, or Saturday. No, Friday. So I'm kind of like letting my skin just rest a little bit because this is kind of strong, like I said. So I don't think we're going to do a mask per se, but I might just do some steam and just cleanse my face really, really good and moisturize it really good. When I was at HEB, I got the this Hydra Boost Neutrogena. I've heard a lot about it and people say it's good, so I wanted to try it for myself. So get some good moisture, get a good cleanse and a good moisture. Maybe that's all we'll do tonight. Instead of trying to do a mask, steam and do a mask, I'll do that another night while I let my skin rest another day from a harsh, I don't know, I don't want the mask. I don't want to do anything too heavy. So yes, I'm gonna pin curl my hair. So while I wait on my child, and then maybe we'll do some skincare. While I tell y'all about my week. I don't really want to get started on talking about my week right now, just in case I can't finish the whole story in this one sitting. I also don't, I'm trying to get the blog shorter. I'm like, okay, 20, no more than 30 minutes. So I'm trying to not talk so much and so long and really be intentional about what I say and the content that I put out so that it's not so long. So I'm trying to see how to, make this nice and not too long, nice and short. Get to the point. Get to the point, Fallon. Get to the point, girlfriend. But I am, I'm sure y'all can see in the background, my African net sponges are hanging up in the shower. I haven't used them yet. I bought those weeks ago. I have not used them. The instructions said to soak them in hot water for 15 minutes before you use it. And it was like warning, soak in hot water. I'm like, okay, well, you don't have to tell me but once, okay? So I boiled some water on the stove. And this little piece want to give me trouble tonight. I boiled some water on the stove and I soaked them. And so I hung them up in the shower like that to dry. That was last week. Again, I bought them weeks ago. I finally got around to soaking them. Like I say, I boiled some water and I put them in there hot. I turned the water off, but it was hot boiling when I put it in there. And I let them just kind of boil. And y'all, I always have trouble because I'm right-handed. I have trouble kind of keeping my pen open enough and mashing that on in there. Sometimes I have to do my pen curls like 2 and 3 times to get it right before it like want to do right. So like I was telling y'all yesterday too, I finger comb a lot. So as you can see, I'm not even using a comb. I just kind of use my fingers and wrap that curl in the direction that it's already going. It tells me what it wants to do. I just wrap it in that same direction around my finger. And I just roll it up and put a bobby pin in it, child. I had been wrapping, that's why my hair looked a little different in the Easter and the blog from last week, because I asked her to do looser curls. Because when my hair be curled tight, then my husband say, I look like Coretta Scott King. So he be calling me Coretta. He be like, you got the Coretta look. I be like, boy, look at you. So I was trying not to be Coretta, because like I said, he called me Coretta when it be curly. And so I asked her for looser curls, and then I wrapped it. So I like that. A lot of people were like, oh, I like your hair. And I went for that look again this time. I asked her to do them loose. My stylist, my beautician, she curls really, really well. She really, she sets me off on a path. People have asked me, like, they be like, you curl your hair? I'm like, no, ma'am, I don't curl it. My stylist, my beautician, Donita curls it, and I just pin curl it at night. And the curls stay. But, they know the procedure. They do as they're told with the pin curl. But I wrapped it. I got my hair done on Thursday afternoon, evening. And yeah, that's fine. That's gonna be all right. They gonna be all right, honey. We put the bonnet on, we go to bed. I I asked her for looser curls, and then I wrapped it on Thursday when I got home from the beauty shop. And then I left it wrapped all day Friday. I didn't have any meetings at work. Little Princess Leia right here. I didn't have any meetings. Oh, he already falling. Oh, this one always gives me trouble in the back. I didn't have any meetings on Friday, so I left my hair wrapped the whole entire day. And then when I woke up Saturday morning to go to the expo, I took it down to kind of see what it looked like. And it was a little like flat to me. I was like, dang, I want some curl to it. So I pin curled it. When y'all saw me before I got out the car at the expo, I was taking the pin curls down. I had pin curled it before I left home. I had not slept with the pin curls in. But even that little pin curl did help kind of revive the curls that she had put in there. They were kind of looser. And then last night I pin curled, and tonight I'm a pin curl. So all good. You done, dude? Okay, let's go get a bath. I'm gonna go and bathe him, y'all. And then I will be back. We're gonna figure out this steamer together, okay? It's my first time using this one. I've had a steamer before, but I threw it out and got a new one because it was just kind of old. Yeah. And then I wasn't confident that the stuff coming out of it. You like white?
My favorite color, black my second.
Okay, boo.
And white is my third favorite color.
Gotcha. It seemed like maybe it had mold in the inside. I don't know. I was afraid. I was petrified. No. Look, Gloria Gaynor. But anyway. Okay, hold on, baby. Hold on. So yeah, I wasn't confident that mold wasn't growing in there. So I threw that one out and I got a new one. So let me bathe him and then I'm gonna come back and I'll tell y'all about my week while we figure out the steamer. And steam this face and wash it real good. All right, okay, y'all, I'm back. I'm done bathing Duke and I am back. I guess I neglected to share with you guys. I made some okra and tomatoes for dinner. So when we got back from the store, we had our ingredients and that's what we made. So it's just kind of, just always a long, it feels like it's just always a long day. I cannot get in and out of the store quickly. Certainly not as quickly as I would like. So I have my thoughts and my feelings about that. I'm gonna save them for another day in the interest of time. But it just takes so long to go to the store. I really want to go to Costco. I want to go to Trader Joe's, but I didn't feel like all that. I just didn't feel like it. So we only went to H-E-B. And it still took a considerable amount of time to get the stuff that we need for the week. And then we came back home and made the okra and tomatoes. I started the wash so Duke can have uniforms for the week and his nap mat clean. And I mean, you know, I wash everybody's laundry at the same time, but his is especially important because he has to have his uniforms and his nap mat ready for tomorrow, ready for the week. So got the washing started and getting that together. So you know, a mother's work is never done. Not ever, ever, ever. So that's what I really been doing. I did sit down once I got the dinner pretty much done and stuff. I sat down for a little while and Duke and I watched some Family Matters, which he asked for it by name. So I love that I have introduced him to a show that I grew up on and that he loves it just as much as I do. That means a lot to me. So we watched some Family Matters and, you know, I'm usually researching something or doing something on my phone. I really wanted to take a little nap because I was sleepy. I was up very early this morning. I didn't, you know, go out early or do anything, but I was just up. So I got on up. My husband went out to work and I was just sitting on the couch and just having some prayer time and, you know, looking at my journal. I haven't really journaled like I used to, just from, you know, time constraints. A lot of times I get up in the morning and I do my walk. So if I walk for like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, there's just not a whole lot of time. I'd have to get up even extra early to journal and do some other things. So I haven't really journaled like I used to. So I was just kind of looking at my journal and just kind of having some quiet time to myself, reading my book a little bit. So it was nice to kind of slow down. There were some things that I needed to do that I haven't done. Because I just haven't slowed down enough to do them. Just little tasky stuff. So I did a few little things on that as well. But it was nice to have a slow morning this morning before and then we streamed church and then we went out to the store. So that's pretty much been our day. Right now, like I said, I'm going to try to look What's the procedure? What's the procedure? How do we work this steamer is what I'm trying to see now. It says use distilled water. So I did buy some distilled water when I was at the store because I figured that this needed distilled water because it's not my first rodeo. Remove the tank. Oh, unscrew. Okay, it says unscrew the white plug. Okay, I think this is the white plug. I think I'm supposed to unscrew it. I was trying to like pull it off. But how do you unscrew this? Yeah, I am like the least mechanical. Don't ask me to build nothing. Don't ask me to put something together, take something apart. It's just not my calling. It's not the calling on my life. Now, my husband and my child, yes, not me. Like, I'm speaking of child, I'm about to ask him to come in and try to do this for me. Because he probably can do it to get it out. Let me see. I do know how to read, though, and it says unscrew. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. But why they say unscrew? I think they mean from out of here as I look at the diagram. And then I think the water goes in the bottom. Slowly and carefully until the water level. Okay, but I think it goes. Oh, okay. Unscrew the plug. This the plug right here that they talking about. I'm trying to put it in this end. I told y'all, I'm not mechanical, okay? That might seem very self-explanatory to some. This is not what I'm just, yeah, this is not my, it's not my thing. So, about this big old thing of distilled water. I'm gonna have to look up if distilled water, does it like go bad after a certain time? Because I buy these big old gallons of it and then I'm not gonna use this whole gallon, obviously, right now. So how long does it keep when I put the top back on? How long can you have distilled water just sitting on hand for your beauty needs whenever you need it? How long does it, what's the shelf life once it's open? I don't know, I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm pouring some in one of my son's little cups that he uses to rinse his mouth because of this little small thing I gotta get it in. So that's gonna be easier. It's helpful that they have a Min Max line on here. So that is helpful. We're gonna do a little steam, girl. It's Sunday night. We're gonna do a little self-care. Yeah, so the camera died in the middle of what I was saying, but we put some extra protection on with this thing because we don't play those games around here with the silk press. Okay, she will be looking crazy if this thing get on us. So we even gonna put the shower cap on, okay? Just in case some steam wanna get loose. Get loose all up and through here. Okay, so anyway. So yes, that's been our day. I got my steamer working, as y'all can see. You know what I meant to do? Yes, it is working. Come on, steam. Come on through, steam. Let me get some of these. I think I need to get some hyaluronic acid, so maybe that'll help with the breakouts and stuff that I'll be getting. But right now I'll be using this Neutrogena toner. I tone my face first. I don't wash then tone. I tone then wash. Because I read when I was a teenager, because I've always been like into health and beauty type stuff. So I used to read magazines like cover to cover when I was like 16 and 17. Probably before that too, as a tween and a teen. But they said that you should rinse your toner off because it's like done its job. And it's just more stuff like on your face. So I tone and then I rinse and wash because I feel like, you know, it's done what it's supposed to do. And now I'm gonna rinse it off and keep it moving. So anyway, I tone first. So that might be a little different, but that's what I do. So to tell you a little bit about my week, why it was so hectic, so crazy. I guess it was on Tuesday. My child told me that his ear hurt. So I said, okay, what happened? Did something happen to your ear? What's going on with your ear? He says, I don't know, my ear hurts. So, okay. So on Wednesday, so I made him a doctor's appointment on Wednesday, took him to the doctor to see what was going on with his ear because he didn't have a fever or anything like that. So I'm like, well, I don't think you have an ear infection, but I don't know. The last time I took him to the doctor, he had they said he had strep throat, but he was kind of asymptomatic in a way. Like it was showing up really differently. Like they tested him, he tested positive, but he didn't have like some of the classic symptoms. And the doctor was like, yeah, it's showing up in him a little bit differently. So I said, well, let me take him to the doctor about his ear because maybe he has an ear infection. He just doesn't have a fever. I don't know. Maybe it's showing up differently. That happened before with something else. Maybe that's what this is. I don't know. Let's get the ear checked out. So Wednesday, he stayed home with me. He didn't have to. He could have gone to school. Now, his ear hurt. He said his ear hurt, and I believed him. But he probably could have gone to that school. But anyway, so I'm juggling is what I'm saying. All that to say, lunch lady, AV person, taking meetings, trying to get work done, putting stuff in the washing machine. I'm doing all the things on Wednesday, juggling. Get him to the doctor. Made the appointment, so it's at a certain time. It was in the afternoon. So I have to, tell my colleagues, I'm going to be on the first part of the meeting, but I'm on my way to the doctor with my son and da-da-da-da-da. Get to the doctor. They look in his ear, and the lady says, looks like he has a big flake of like dead skin in his ear. Let's rinse that out. Let's check. We're gonna rinse it out and everything. I said, okay. She was like, come here, come look. So I'm looking in her little instrument and see, and there's like this little white thing in his ear, like a small white piece of something. And I'm like, she thought it was dead skin. So I'm like, oh, okay, I see it. I see what you're talking about. She left the room. I said, dude, did you put something in your ear? He's like, an eraser? I'm like, child, you put an eraser in your ear? Well, that's why your ear hurt. That's why we here. You telling me your ear hurt like it's out of the blue. Well, if you put an eraser, then what you think will happen? That's why it hurt. So they tried to and I think I asked him after they tried to, when she came back in, the MA came, they tried to rinse it because they just try to get like a piece of skin out. So they had to rinse. We had the little thing holding up. When she left out again, I think that's when I asked him, did you put something in your ear? And that's when he fessed up. So I was like, okay, he has told me that he put an eraser in his ear. So they're looking like, oh, that's what that is. So they tried to get it out. He was screaming bloody murder. It was like 4 ladies in the room. They brought in like the lady whose name is on the practice. Like even she came in. Once they kind of told her what was going on, they tried before she came in, couldn't get it. He was screaming, it hurts. She came in. She's like, I'm gonna try. She's like, if I can't get it, y'all have to go to ENT. It was like 4 people, like I said, 4 ladies, the NP, the nerd, the NP, the lady watching the NP kind of shadowing, the doctor whose name is on the practice. She's been doing this for years, and a medical assistant holding my child. He's screaming bloody murder. He's saying that it hurts. Oh my God. He's like, leave me alone, get off me. His ear is like hurting. So then when they let him up, they're like, we can't get it. So, cause the MA was like, I think I can get it. It's not that far in, I see it. She was like, but I don't want to, they were also kind of cautious. Like they didn't want to do more damage, or they didn't want to hurt him even more because it was hurting when they were attempting to. But they were like, if he could be still, we think we can get it. Couldn't get it. Ultimately, he said you have to go to ENT. Well, the next thing I know, because I'm kind of standing back and I'm like, Duke, it's okay, because they were like over him. My child has blood coming out of his ear, and I'm just like, okay, why is he bleeding? So I'm he wouldn't even let me wipe the blood. He screamed, he hollered. He's like, I'm not coming back here ever. This is the worst day ever. They made it worse, sir. My ear hurts. Mama, it's so hurtful. It's so hurtful. He hollered the whole way home from the doctor. He's like, Mama, my ear hurts. He was like, I wish God was my mommy because I need God to help me. He's like, I need Jesus to help me. And I had never seen my child like this. Like, it's kind of humorous now, but at the time I was like, oh my God. Like, my child was like in agony. He was like, my ear hurts. He had blood dripping. He was like, it hurts, it hurts. He was inconsolable. There was nothing I could do, nothing I could say. So I get home, I call my mom, and I'm telling her, because she knew we were going to the doctor, so I'm giving her an update. I'm telling her, what they said, what's going on. I said, so we have to go to ENT in the morning so they can try to remove it, because the doctors were saying that ENT is going to have the right tools. Like, they have the tools to get it out, and it's like what they do, of course. And they're like, this happens all the time. We see children put stuff, in their nose and in their ears, stuff like that. So my mom's like, tomorrow, being a grandmother now, let me tell you, when we was little, baby, we fall, scrape, whatever. She like, put a little Band-Aid on it, you'll be all right, okay? But as a grandmother, she's like, tomorrow, and she could hear him in the background. He's just yelling. He's just, Mommy, So she's like, take him to the emergency room. Take him to the emergency room. Take him to the ER. So, take him to the ER. And my dad came and met me because my husband could not come right away. And I'm glad that he did, because it was just nice to have somebody there with me. I was like, I don't know what to do. I ain't never seen my child holler like this. I ain't never seen him in this much pain. Like, it was crazy. And to the point where he was just like in so much agony. There was nothing I could do about it. I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do. Like, that's how I felt on the inside. On the outside, I was like composed enough, but there was definitely a little tears. Like, I'm like, son, I am so sorry. Mama does not know what to do. I'm doing the best I can. He's like, Mama, please help me. I'm like, I don't know what to do, dude. I don't know what to do. That's really how I felt inside. So I was glad my dad came, because it was just nice to have somebody, because I'm like, this is crazy. But on the way to the hospital, to the ER, he fell asleep. So that was good, because at least he was just sleeping, and he was a little more, he was at peace a little bit as he was sleeping. We get to the hospital. I pick him up at the car seat. He's wet. I'm like, Duke, you had an accident? I didn't think to have him go to the potty before we left to go to the ER. I'm just trying to get out the door. And mind you, I'm dealing with my own like GI issues. My stomach is cramping. My stomach is hurting. Even at the doctor, I was like, oh gosh, like I just want to get back home. So I'm dealing with that. My tummy hurts, but we're at the ER. My child has wet because, again, I didn't think to tell him to go to the potty. I didn't think to get a blanket. I didn't think about anything, but just getting back out the door to get him some relief. I said, Duke, we want to get you some relief. So what am I to do? Like, I'm like, this day just keeps getting better and better. So I have no change of clothes with me that I know of. Well, I knew in the trunk I had take that back. I knew in the trunk I had like some sweaters that I've never taken back to Children's Place. So I'm like, okay, I think I got tops. But of course, I need more than anything, I need bottoms. Like, that's where he's wet. I need bottoms. So I looked in the trunk. I'm like, I got nothing. Like, I'm looking, I'm like tearing my trunk up. I got nothing to put on this child. He's still in agony. He's like laying down in the floor of the car. Like, when I get back, like look back in the car after I come from the trunk, I'm like, my poor child. So I said, let me look again. I'm like, Lord, there has got to be something. I was gonna take him inside and I was like, I'm sure they have a gift shop. I'm just gonna maybe they have some pants in there. I'm gonna have to buy you something to wear. I was like, oh, we're gonna have to go back home. We don't live terribly far from the medical center. I was like, we may have to just turn around and go back home. But I really didn't want to do that. So I was like, maybe they can give me a gown. I was like, I don't know. So I said, let me look in the trunk one more time. Maybe there is something. I'm like, I know God got me. There got to be something. So I look in the trunk again, and there was a pair of overalls that he had when he was like probably 18 months old, probably like 2 years old. Baby, we put them on, okay? And they was on. They small, but they were on. And put a sweater, one of the sweaters that I had never taken back to Children's Place, put that on. Got him inside. Fortunately, here come my daddy. He parked right by us. So he carried him inside for me. We get inside. They gave him some Motrin. He was much better after that, especially once it really kicked in. Like, at first he was like scared of everybody. Like, I don't want nobody touching my ear. I don't want to talk. I don't want to see nobody. He's like, I don't trust none of y'all, But they gave him some Motrin, and after that he was kind of running around the ER, and he was a little happier. But it was a very long night. We probably got there like at 5:30. We were seen by the doctor at like 10 o'clock that night, the ER doctor. And then she could not see in his ear because of all the blood and the trauma and the swelling. She couldn't see the eraser. And she was like, I could try to get it out, but I don't want to do that because I don't even know what I'm aiming for. I don't know. I can't see. So she's like, I could try to call ENT. I'll call ENT and see if they'll come. She's like, they don't normally come if it's not an emergency. This type of thing they would consider, y'all could do in clinic, which is the referral that we had gotten from the doctor. So she's like, I'm gonna call them and see. So I'm like, okay, thank you so much. Let's see if they'll come. So ENT, we had to wait on her to call. She called. She had to wait on them to call her back. And mind you, she's seeing other patients all at the same time. Bless her heart. And I stepped outside. My child was restless. It was late. We had a long day. I'm like, look, I think we're just about to go. She was like, they just called me back. They're coming. I'm like, okay, good. ENT's coming. Because I was like, we'll just come back in the morning. They've already made us an appointment with ENT. The doctor's office had made us a referral to ENT already. So it was the same ENT at Texas Children where we were. So I'm like, we'll just be back in the morning. But she's like, they've agreed to come. ENT got there probably like at midnight. And They took a look at his ear, and she could see it. The doctor, it was like two doctors that came in, but the lady was doing like all the talking and all the evaluating. So I don't know if the gentleman was just kind of like shadowing her or what. But she could see it with the instrument that she used. But she was like, you know, he's had a long day. He's traumatized, clearly, because even then he was like, no, 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 like I don't want nobody to touch my ear. But she built trust with him. You know, they're very much trained as doctors of children. So she was able to build that trust. She was like, oh, you know, look at this. Look at my instrument. It's got a light on it. And she would like touch another part, like his knee. She was like, does this hurt? And he would be like, no. She was like, see, okay. And so she kind of built some trust up with him. She was like, I'm not going to hurt. I'm only looking. I'm not going to touch it. So she could see it. She didn't want to mess with it. And I appreciated that. She was like, you know, he's been through enough. He's been through enough today. His ear is clearly, you know, traumatized and damaged. And they felt like perhaps at the doctor's office they may have punctured his eardrum. So now I'm like, oh, Lord, I pray my child can hear after all this. Is going to mess with his hearing? So the ER doctor told me she didn't think that it would. Like, sometimes those things happen and it usually can heal. But, yeah. So they gave us some drops to put in his ear. And we have to do the drops. And then we'll have to go back to ENT so that they can remove it. Once the swelling and some of the trauma settles, then they can just see and remove it. So we got home at like 1:30 in the morning. And I had been up, mind you, since like 3 that morning because I just couldn't sleep. Like, I was just up. So I think I eventually just got up at like 4:30. It was just, I did my walk. I was just started working. I was just being productive. But had I known I was going to have to be as late as I was that day, I might have rethought that. So we got home about after 1:30. I bathed our son. I'm Lysol in our shoes, bottoms our shoes. Like, we've been in the ER, you know. Some people are like really sick, you know. So I just, like, I didn't want to catch nothing, like a germ, you know, or COVID or something like that. So I'm like Lysoling and bathing him, bathing me. Kind of, there was some stuff that I left undone because I just kind of dropped everything. I took him to the doctor, and then when we got back home, it was like a drop everything, we got to go back out. So you try to tie up those little loose ends. Let me put these clothes in the dryer that are wet in the washer. Let me, you know, my husband kind of cleaned the kitchen. Like, we were just kind of trying to do our nightly routine in a way of stuff that just needed to be done before we went to bed. So it was 3 a.m. before my head hit the pillow. I was so exhausted. I got up at 7:45 that next morning because I had a meeting with a gentleman that's in Saudi Arabia. Since I'm their business partner in our Saudi Arabia office. So it's like evening for them at that time, but it's 7:45 in the morning for me. And it was like really a blessing that he ended up forgetting about the call, or he's still adjusting to the time zone because he just went over there from the U.S. So he didn't even come on the call, which I'm like, thank you, Lord. God be looking at, because I was really not in a position to have that call. I was pushing myself and pushing through. But when I tell you, I really was not in a position to do that call. I was doing the best I could. So I pretty much, you know, tied up some loose ends at work. And then I was like, told my team that I was just going to take some PTO, you know. Told them kind of what happened. And I'm like, y'all, I'm going to take some time off in the middle of the day. And then I logged back in the afternoon for a meeting with my boss at the end of the day. And then I went to the beauty shop and all of that. So it was a long day, y'all. It was a crazy, crazy day. And it was stressful. And it was just a lot, y'all. So that was my week. The ending part, anyway. And it was Black Maternal Health Week. There was actually a doula that had reached out. And I was going to do something with her. Maybe like a little Instagram live or something. But she a baby ended up kind of derailing that plan for her, and it looked like it wouldn't have worked for me ultimately anyway, so it worked out. But we did agree we'll partner maybe in the future, so it all worked out. But let me tell y'all, it was a lot. It was a lot. So yeah, that was that in a nutshell. Now I have washed my face use my little steamer, so I'm so glad that I got to use my steamer tonight since I hadn't got a chance to do that. We're gonna put some good old moisturizer on this face. I hope I don't have, like, I be having face wash and stuff like all in my nose. I don't know if that happens to anybody else, but like it be all in my nose. I be like, I've got face wash all in my nose. Okay, little glow from the steam. Yeah, glow. Yeah. So now I'm going to put on this Neutrogena stuff that I bought today. I do want to try it. But anyway, y'all, hoping and praying that this week is smooth. I have a report that's due at work on Tuesday, and my calendar on Tuesday, oh, it sucks. I mean, I got two back meetings. I'm in meetings almost all day on Tuesday, and I don't really like to take meetings. To be honest, I don't. I like to do my work, and meetings keep me from doing my work a lot of the time. So, and this report I've had a hard time getting to because, you know, there's just been so much going on. And so now I really meant to work on some of it today. Commit some time to it today because tomorrow. But I don't want to say that out loud because he not ready, and I don't want to traumatize him before he have to know. So that's gonna be another point in my day where I have to stop what I'm doing, which of course I do it willingly. I'm not not doing it begrudgingly, but just the fact that I'm at her is that I'm gonna have to stop my day. So there's less time that I have to work on this report, and it's due on Tuesday. And it's a report that goes to our board. It's our HR like scorecard and kind of metrics and things that we've done for the quarter. So I've known about it. It's just been a lot going on, y'all. So yeah, I'm just praying for strength to get through it all. And that just like God kept me last week in the midst of it all, that he gonna do it again. I am confident of that. But I appreciate y'all for watching the vlog this week, as I do every week. I do appreciate it if you watch, like, and subscribe. I really appreciate that as well. I hope that you enjoyed it. You know, as I was editing last week's vlog, I was like, this is the most in the car vlog ever. Like, I was in the car most of that vlog, so I do apologize about that. But yeah, this vlog was kind of like not really a Saturday, but a Sunday mostly vlog, and then not much going on today on Sunday. But it's just real life. It is. I can't even make it up. It's real life over here. So I pray that y'all have a great week. I pray that all will be well with and for you and your families. If you are a mother, hang in there. Hang in there, hang in there. I'm right there with you, girl. This week I was holding on by a pinky, honey. But God saw me through, like I say, by his grace. I didn't have no meetings on Friday. That was beautiful because I got to just catch up and do some work and leave my hair wrapped. And that was a wonderful thing. So it reminded me that even when things are like crazy and hectic, and I even told my mom's organization this one time, like, God still, like, he'll send little stuff to lighten it or make it a little bit better along the way, even when it's heavy, even when it's hard. Like, if you look, you'll find it. Like, he kind of sends you little stuff to like make it like that he's there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm still here. I ain't forgot about you, girl. I ain't forsaken you. Now I know it's tough, but look, I dropped a little. I see you laughing. You thought that was funny. I know you would laugh at that. That's why I put that person in your path. I know you needed that laugh. You know, it might be something just as small as that, or a memory come to you, you'd be like laughing. You know, you kind of needed that. Like, God will do it every time. So I'm hoping and praying that y'all have a good week, and I'm hoping the same for me. It looks like my little one is falling asleep, which is wonderful and miraculous because he needs to be asleep. The only downside is that I haven't brushed his teeth yet, and I'm a stickler about that. But I guess one night won't hurt. So I'm gonna brush my teeth, and I usually brush my teeth before I wash my face, but I was doing this with y'all tonight, so I did it a little out of order. If you're wondering, the cleanser that I use is the La Roche-Posay Epiclair Purifying Foaming Gel Cleanser for Oily Skin. I had a esthetician tell me that my skin was oily, so she told me to get a gel cleanser. So that's what I've done, and this is the one that I use night and day. I think I mentioned that I'm gonna get some hyaluronic acid because I need to kind of work on these breakouts and stuff I be having. But yeah, I got my Hydro Boost gel on, and now I'm going to brush my teeth and get in the shower. So again, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope and pray y'all have a very blessed week. And I will see you guys on the next vlog. Bye.
I was a girl with dreams so wide, eyes full